Not this nonsense again. Ugh. Horikoshi, I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed. Before we start, do me a quick favor and leave a like, subscribe if you haven't already, and drop a comment. Now, let's get moving. What's up, guys? That got the pencil here, and here we are to review chapter 295 of My Hero Academia. And I'm not mad, I promise. I'm just legitimately disappointed. And here's the thing. I knew for a fact, you know what, let me not even get into that just yet. Let me address the danger sense, the new quirk. I don't care. I've come to accept the fact that quirk nonsense is quirk nonsense. So every time new quirk nonsense pops up, I'm just like, whatever. This is the power system now. If you can even call it a system anymore. So that's fine. It's whatever. Dangerous. It's an underwhelming quirk, but that's fine because I guess One for All doesn't need to be that broken. I mean, it's already snapped in half. Yeah, y'all saw the busted big old did on it, but that's it. It's whatever. I don't really mind that. Mainly because it's not that broken. I bet fifth quirk or whoever's quirk is left is going to be crazy stupid. Whatever. What it gets me is that I knew that the whole compress thing wasn't going to lead into anything interesting. I don't think I mentioned it last video, but I was just like, dude, you're not doing. Horikoshi, with how quickly Dabi got devalued, I'm not shocked if nothing happens with compress, since he has nothing to him. And the thing is, nothing does. Really, I'm going to quote it line for line. Huh? At least give me a moment to unleash my disembodied buttocks in your general direction. It's pointless. Why? Why is this a thing? Horikoshi, why? Is this supposed to be funny? I hope someone laughed at this. If someone laughed at this, shoutouts to you. I find it annoying. I find it stupid. I don't know why it's here. However, the thing is, what confuses me is Spinner being Shigaraki's most devoted follower. I guess, but I always thought Spinner was Stain's most devoted follower. But I guess it's neither here nor there. But what gets me the most about this is so remember how I mentioned that I forget how many videos back it was. Remember how I mentioned that I was scared that there was going to be like anti-character development for Shigaraki because he saw his house in the background and he was like thinking of going back there and how he had to tell Makia to destroy because he was itching again. So I was right, but I wasn't. I'm a little bit flipped and confused on this one. Here's the thing. I'm a little bit wondering. So basically, Spinner kept the hand. Spinner kept the burnt hand that was left by Shigaraki. And these hands, as one could tell by the initial arc where most of them were destroyed by Shigaraki's own hand, is that these were shackles for Shigaraki. It's not what Shigaraki needs anymore. Shigaraki had developed beyond the hands. However, Horikoshi, I think realizing that he developed Shigaraki too fast for the narrative he wants to tell, needs to restrain Shigaraki again. And thus he brings this hand out and places it on Shigaraki's face. And while this is a really cool panel, this panel is it's fire. Horikoshi's an amazing artist. The thing that gets me about it is I'm like, I don't think he needs it anymore. I know why. This is forced anti-character development because All For One takes over Shigaraki's body. Now, you already know how I feel about quirks and how they carry the feelings of their past, blah, blah, blah. I don't like it. I've come to accept it because I ain't writing the manga. I can't change what's in the manga. I can't do anything about it. So I'm gonna have to hold that. I'm gonna hold that. However, seeing All For One take over Shigaraki is cool to me. I'm fine with it. How Shigaraki's face keeps warping back between All For One's damaged face and the Shigaraki face, I don't know. Maybe something with quirk nonsense. It's whatever. However, the sad thing that gets me about this is that while it's cool that Shigaraki is being saved, I don't think it's cool. I'll talk about it later. Let me just finish wrapping up the summary of the chapter. Basically, Shigaraki's escaping. All For One took over his body. All For One reveals he doesn't care about any of the allies, because why would he? They're all useless to him now. And Dabi's still with them. He's still in a container capsule. And Deku lunges in somehow with his black whip, despite all his bones being broken. And what ends the chapter is, wow, Shigaraki, you killed so many of us. And really, despite all the terrible things you've done as a mass murderer, you look like you need to be saved. And Not mad, disappointed. Here's the thing, Midoriya. Here's the thing, Horikoshi. It's fine to have your heroes be idealistic. However, you can't in the same sentence point out the fact that Shigaraki is a mass murderer and then try to excuse it by saying he needs to be saved. Why? What's the reasoning? I'm just a little bit confused on Deku's point here. Does he need saving so he can come back and destroy the rest? Why? I don't get Deku's reasoning here. I guess that's what confused me the most. Shigaraki is a monster, so why would you want him saved? I understand, All For One is likely more dangerous than Shigaraki because he actually has a full handle on all the quirks and how to use them. As All For One even notes, Shigaraki doesn't necessarily understand that he can control all the Nomus through radio waves. He doesn't know that, but All For One does. So reasonably, All For One is more dangerous. However, this needed saving line doesn't sound like the tactical side of Midoriya that's supposed to exist coming out and being like, actually, it would be easier to defeat Shigaraki considering he's a person with less control over his abilities and he needs to be stopped now. This sounds like, oh, Shigaraki, I know you're a terrible human being, but you still need to be saved because I'm a hero who needs to save everyone. It's All Might didn't try to save All For One. He pummeled the soul out that man. You know why? Because All For One killed a bunch of people and plans to kill many more. Deku, why? Mine's blown. Does anyone get that? This is from me to y'all. Do you understand why Deku asked this line? Why Deku wants to save Shigaraki now? And if y'all thinking it in the way that I'm thinking of it, where he's talking about saving Shigaraki as in to get him free of All For One, so All For One doesn't have a young new body that he can rule the world with, then that's fine. I completely understand that. But y'all are reading what I'm reading, right? This doesn't read that way. This doesn't read it. That's the thing. If you killed so many of us and hurt countless others, that is unforgivable. It's unforgivable, and yet you needed to be saved. That is what sticks with me of Deku not having the cognitive ability to understand that not all people can be redeemed. Not all people can be saved. You can fix what caused them, but you cannot fix them. Because Shigaraki's a murderer. Shigaraki's an insane murderer with a dangerous quirk that's beyond anything that's ever been foreseen and is way more dangerous than can ever be imagined. But he does not need saving. He needs defeating and stopping. And that is what saddens me about Midoriya. What saddens me about All For One is that he literally had the chance to snatch up Midoriya right there. Seriously, why did All For One let Midoriya escape? I understand Shigaraki's body maybe not being able to handle One For All right now. It's in a very fragile state. I'm assuming despite All For One having control over Shigaraki's body, it's still heavily damaged. Even though Shigaraki's standing up and being dragged away by multiple Nomus, the thing that's concerning is that why didn't All For One just take Midoriya? He's in a very fragile state right now. Snap his neck. Paralyze him. Do something. And if you can't do that because your body's in bad shape, order the Nomus to do that. At least according to the chapter, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 separate Nomus. I'm pretty sure they can take on a disabled kid. I don't care that he has black whip from his tongue. I think he's pretty easily stopped. And you could be like, well, the top heroes are there. Yeah, but Midoriya threw himself at All For One. All For One had to be like was, oh, thanks for throwing yourself at me, Chief. Yoink. Snap it. I keep saying snap his neck. Paralyze him and keep it moving. Because All For One wants One For All back. It's the only thing that can stop him. Shigaraki wanted a One For All. It's the only thing that can stop him. So why would you let your nemesis go so he can go get stronger? And here's the thing. It doesn't make any sense. I can't even say here's the thing and like offer a positive alternative. It just makes no sense. If one of y'all can spin it down in the comment section down below that it makes sense for All For One to just not snatch up disabled Midoriya right here and now, paralyze him, let his body heal up, and steal One For All like that, instead of letting Midoriya go and even have the remote chance of getting his body healed up and coming back stronger as a threat for One For All, as a threat with a One For All. I want to hear it, because not that I doubt y'all ability. Y'all are able to spin some amazing stuff down there. However, I don't think this one can be explained away. I don't know. This one makes no sense. And that's the thing. This chapter makes no sense. In short. And the thing is, The thing is, I'm telling you, the arc's over. The arc is over right here, right now. Because we've seen it. We've seen it. We're going to get a wrap-up chapter next week. Oh, no. The week after next. There are no chapters next week because I believe Christmas or something like that. No, New Year's. So I don't think there's not a chapter next week. So the week after that, we're getting a wrap-up chapter. The arc is done. And guess what? I'm telling you, if I had money, I'd bet it. Everyone's getting healed. And if not everyone, Midoriya is getting healed. And Midoriya is going to get healed by Eri. I'm telling you. You know why I'm so confident? You know why I believe it so much? Is because it went out of our way to show us all the heroes coming back. All for One getting away. The city destroyed. But everyone is still alive. Bakugo is still alive. Endeavor is still alive. Deku is still alive. All these characters are still alive. And if they're alive, Eri can heal them. And it specifically showed us Eri being strong enough to restore a limb. It showed us Eri having the physical capability to know what part of a body to restore. Eri restored Togata's quirk that was negated by a bullet made from her own quirk. Eri has fine-tuned control over it now. And what I could see is them limiting Eri to Midoriya. Limiting Eri to characters who legitimately need it. But the undo button is right there. And the villains took a net loss this arc. This arc started so well in the villains' favor. I had so much hope for this arc. But this is the end of it. I can tell. This is definitely the end of this arc. And the villains lost. The villains have lost horribly. And really, they lost a whole ton of their resources. Toga is who knows where. Toga's probably still crying in an alley somewhere. And, well, Compress is dead. He's likely dead. He's bleeding out and got hard tackled by Togata, so he's likely dead. And Dabi didn't get his goal, and his goal is going to be negged by Best Jeanist and Hawks still being alive. And on top of all of this, Shigaraki's taken over by All For One. So All For One got what he wanted. This is a net success for All For One. He got his new younger body, and due to Shigaraki's forced character regression, he now has control. Shigaraki ain't fighting back, at least not right now. I think he doesn't have the mental strength to. I think All For One's going to keep beating down Shigaraki in his mind, so All For One takes over. I'd be fine with that. However, this arc is going to sound wild. This is going to sound crazy, and I know you may be like, whoa, Pencil, don't say this. This arc is going to have little to no repercussions on Heroes Society. In fact, due to... Now, hopefully I'm wrong. I want to preface all of this by saying hopefully I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong about Eri. I hope I'm wrong about everything. When I'm talking in a negative light. The thing that worries me the most is that we're going to get another training arc. I feel it. Either and you know me, I've been crying for it, I think all the way back since like November. I want a time skip. I need a time skip. There's nothing left now. There's nothing left in this current time period. Because I can tell you, everyone's going to get healed. Everyone's going to get healed, and if not everyone, the important ones. They're not disabling Midoriya permanently. They're not. I'm sorry. We already know what happens. So they're not disabling Midoriya permanently. They're not going to get rid of Bakugo. Endeavor's still alive. There are too many characters still alive. The situation's too much in the hero's favor. Eri exists. There's too much to say in the favor of the idea that this arc means nothing in the grand scheme of things. Because now I ask you, what is left for society to do? To give in? To go back to a realm of chaos? Because technically, like I said, the heroes have a net positive. They've destroyed one of the villains' main bases, torn them apart, and now it's all over. All For One got away. The heroes are fine. They have their undo button in Eri. The undo button has been set up, and all this arc is going to mean little to nothing. And I mean, that's a sad thing, but I can very easily see it happening. The best case scenario is Toga infiltrating UA, because I don't think UA is going to get disbanded. I don't think, at this rate, with what Horikoshi did with the end of this arc, I don't think Horikoshi has the gall to disband UA. So, yeah, that's really it for this chapter. It saddens me, because I was hoping this arc would end way better. Had such a strong start, had a really strong middle, but I think Dabi's reveal onward is when the arc downslid so quickly, because Dabi's reveal wasn't given the time it needed. It kept getting overshadowed by the main plot, and the main plot kept trying to fight back. No, then Dabi's reveal tried to fight back against the main plot, and then Compress's reveal had to happen only for it to mean nothing, and now everyone's escaping. I think it's all over. We're probably going to get maybe 1 to 2 chapters of revamp. Then we're probably going to get a chapter of Eri healing Midoriya after Recovery Girl gives us some false hope about, oh, well, Midoriya, if you had listened to me, you know you can't be healed now. And then Eri's going to walk in and be like, oh, no, don't worry, I can heal him. Then she restores him. And then that's it. And we're going to move on to the next training arc. I know I'm sounding mad pessimistic right now, but to say I saw this coming would be true, and to say that I think it's okay would not be true, because I don't think it is. And once again, before I go, I hope I'm wrong. Hope I'm 100% wrong. Hope I'm absolutely incorrect, and that Horikoshi somehow makes this arc stick, despite all the things he did to make sure the arc doesn't stick. But regardless, thank you guys so much for watching. Please remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day. This is That Guy with the Pencil, writing off.